Hello guys, I'm Shadow came back to us. Get you out the title of the video. What is Ninja and what is the purpose of the headbands? I think I mentioned before in the Gundam. Yeah, I did mention before in the Gundam videos. I just recorded it. What I'm talking about. That the headband seems to serve no real purpose. It doesn't give you any type of extra skill. It doesn't really mean anything besides from, like, you're pretty much the strongest one around. And it brings the question about, does it actually give powers or not? But let's address Ninja first. Ninja in the anime is always implied to at first seem like he's an actual person. He's actually there. He actually interacts with things, and he actually shows up every once in a while talking to Afro. And then we find out that he gets killed by Juno, quote unquote, and he just fades away. And then we get a flashback later on how Afro first met Ninja. And it just, well, it's a part of his psyche, it's part of his personality. And then Resurrection shows up and he's right back here again. Now from that you'll say, well, Ninja is just an imaginary friend. Wrong. He is not just an imaginary friend. And the proof of this is at the end of Resurrection. Now somebody say, what do you mean? We see a character just sitting there, and he looks back and says, I've been waiting for a long time for you, man. And you see justice in the reflection of his eye. Most people don't know who this character is. That character is the exact same thing Ninja was to Afro, back to Justice. His name is Takimoto. Actually, no, I've yet to look at that name. Oh, I'm gonna call him Takimoto, but he actually has a name. So somebody say, what is this guy? His whole purpose in the manga is quite simply to protect the user of the #1 headband. Justice was already dead by the time Afro showed up in the manga, so he gets into a short fight with Ninja for trying to stop Afro to finding out that's fact. But besides from that, yeah, he just kind of just hangs around with Ninja with Afro after he becomes #1. And that child, he in Resurrection, Afro fights that samurai guy, and he has an adopted child. I can't remember his name. My goodness, this is horrible. I know what I'm talking about. He fights him, kills him. The child said, I'm gonna come back to kill you one day. In the manga, he actually shows up and Afro kills him instantly, even though he was still traumatized from the fact that he done wasted his years of his life chasing after nobody. And you got Ninja there, and you have Takimoto just watching Afro. Now somebody saying, well, what do you mean Ninja not just an imaginary friend, but he killed in the manga? No, he never was. That whole thing with Kuma and Juno, that entire thing was changed to a certain degree. It still follows the exact same beats. Kuma is still Kuma, but it's just the way it's depicted, the way it's explained, totally different. The manga is like a very, very straightforward toy. Not really straightforward, what I say, but it's just everything flows together where it's just like you can just read it straightforward. But yes, that whole thing never happens. Now somebody say, all right, if Takimoto is some type of spirit guide from #1, if he's that, then what do you mean that Ninja is not just an imaginary friend? What I mean by that is, quite simply, when he gets into a fight with Takimoto, it is implied that Ninja is a higher being than him. So higher than watching over the #1 headband user. So, yeah, Ninja is not just an imaginary friend at all. It's not made up. So what is his purpose? What is he there for? And why is he looking at the Afro? It's never explained, really. It's similar to how in the pilot by Mad, Ninja kills. So I think it's not really implied to be a serial, but he kills some woman Afro is with, and it's just he wakes up from the dream. So maybe in that version, Ninja played a different role. Maybe it was some type of demon in his head. But just an interesting side note to point out that yeah, interesting side note, a very interesting side note. But yeah. Since it's implied that he's a higher being, the being that, I guess you could say, guardian angel or spirit guide for the #1 headband, but he's obviously just not a figment of Afro's imagination. So that goes to the headbands. What are the headbands themselves? And I have no legitimate answer for you, because no matter what incarnation, there's no definitive answer of what the headbands do. Because apparently, the people who made the futuristic city, that's another difference, right? In the anime, Afro goes into the mountain, and he meets Justice in this otherworldly type place. In the manga, Afro gets to the top of the mountain, but instead of finding some type of futuristic place, he finds a modern day city. And apparently the people who made that city called themselves gods, and that's all I know about that. And when Afro gets to Justice, like I said before, he's dead. So, what was he talking about with the headband that will make him God? And how come no other headbands are brought up besides from number 1 and number 2 in the manga? I could not give you an answer. Because in the game canon, there's more than one headbands. Why did they show up inside the manga? I don't know. There's no real clear definitive answers for that. It's similar to how there are 11 other headbands. Yeah, I think there could be like 10, like or 11 other headbands aside from the number 1 and number 2. But anybody can challenge the number 2 though. So what's the point of the other headbands? And who made the headbands in the first place? Question mark. How does having the headbands make you God? Question mark. Because Gundanians believe that same thing. Justice believes the same thing. And we don't really know Rikutaro's opinions about that because, you know, he's dead. So, and Afro just didn't really care about the position itself when he got the number 1. So it's just, do you become God with the number 1, or do you become God when you have all of them? No one knows. Because Kuma had to be a godlike being at the end of season 1. He shows to fight Afro. Maybe we'll finally wrap this up. But he wasn't. Afro still killed him. And he comes back in Resurrection all beat up and da. So it's just, what is the purpose of the headbands? I can't give you an answer for it. Because in the manga, sure, Justice started an entire religion and made all these statues, but it's not really implied what type of godlike powers he had. And you go to the anime, besides from inside the room, he gets killed. So is it a part of his mutation that allowed him to do all that stuff inside the room, or is it some type of godlike powers from the headman? Because when Afro get it, or Rikutaro's, they never show those same abilities. So it's the fact that he had all those headbands. If that was the case, then do you need to be inside the room to use the power of the headbands? I don't know. I can't give you a clear answer on that with the headbands. I really can't. Because Kuma had a lot, still got chopped down. Justice once in the manga claims you just need 1. In the anime, he started to collect others, on which is never confirmed. No, actually, it kind of is implied that he did kill other headband members by doing it the exact same way. But we didn't know how that room looked before Justice, so maybe Rikutaro put a few of them in there, maybe not. But it is implied that Justice killed all the other headband users, but for what purpose? And then there's another problem, right? Who released all those headbands after Afro became the number 1? And why? Just, if Afro did it, then people still attacked you anyway. Instead of trying to become the number 2 before they attacked you. So if you don't need the number 2 to attack somebody with the number, no. I think that, nah. That wasn't really real. That was more or less a dream sequence at the beginning. Yeah, it was. So it's just, no. No, it still applies whether it's a dream sequence or not, because Leocio showed up and beat him up and just took the headband for herself. So sure, Afro was no longer wearing it, but it shouldn't be that easy. And you don't have the number 2 either. We just take out the headband, you could just jump this fool in the streets. Is that what happens? It's just easy. It wasn't like that with the Sword Master, Afro's teachers. So it's just, there's some questionable rules to this whole headband thing. Because it's never really shown what type of god powers you get. It's never really shown too much of anything. And it's hard to tell what Justice did inside the room was a part of his mutation, or it was just a special ability of the room, or the headbands and everything else together. But yeah. And I'm really interested to find out what Ninja actually is, and why did he choose to follow Afro out of anybody else? Because he's obviously not just an imaginary friend, especially in the manga, so it's just, it would be interesting to see how Afro deals with 2 of them. Because you got Ninja, and you got Takimoto, in which that's, ugh. I thought he already had enough voices in his head. Horrible. But yeah, I don't know your guys' thoughts and opinions with the whole Ninja headband thing. Cause sure, like, there's a small chance that it could make a return, and we could get some type of game or anime series or something like that, or a soft reboot. That's possible, but there's no guarantee of it. So it's just I don't know, something I found very interesting, very interesting, very interesting. But that was Ninja Takimoto. And what are your guys' thoughts and opinions about him? I'm not Takimoto, Ninja Takimoto, and the question of what does the headbands actually do? Because we really don't see the headbands do anything. Because Afro was able to kill Justice. He was a normal person. Just a fantastic swordsman, but that's pretty much it. Similar to how with Justice, right? There's no real guarantee that Justice could beat Afro's father's legitimate, but there's no guarantee to say he would have lost either. So, if a 3-armed swordsman, gunman, and you get killed by that extra arm, that's kind of your fault. But maybe he didn't know. Maybe it was an old name. Maybe somebody else called him that later on. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows indeed? Well, it's been Topic Cam. I got thoughts and opinions about the headbands and what type of powers it can give you. And what are your thoughts and theories on what Ninja actually is? Because it's never explained. It's never addressed. In the Mad Anime Studio. The Mad Anime Studio pilot, he plays more of an antagonist role, it looks like. He can't confirm. He does kill that girl for like no apparent reason, slicing the throat. And then Afro splits her in half. But it's unconfirmed if he killed Ninja, he also killed the girl as well. So it's just... Similar to the manga, the whole killing of Suru thing plays out similarly. She dies, but she never teams up with Afro. She tried to give Afro ultimatum to just walk away. He doesn't. He cut her down. Just that's that simple. But the whole headband thing is interesting. It is very interesting. And what purpose the headband serves, and everything else in between. So it is an interesting thought. Very interesting thought. What do you think about it? But yeah, Mr. Sharp King got like to go. My goodness, I like to know your guys' thoughts and opinions, and like, comment, subscribe, and peace. And the EPO videos will be back.